Namaskar. Welcome to Awakening with Brahmakumaris. Welcome, ma'am.
Om Shanti.
Welcome to Going Beyond. In the last few episodes, we've been speaking about four subjects. Subjects sounds like a school to me, not like any other satsang or puja sthan,
Right.
etc. So when I spoke about subjects like dharana and knowledge and churning and bringing it in your life, all that, etc., you said, and yoga.
Meditation, yes.
So it sounds like a school.
It is. It is like a school, and over here there's a lot of emphasis and understanding that it's a daily work, study work, homework, and then again the next day checking work. So it's really like student life, and the beautiful part of it is student life always. Doesn't matter which age we are at, and doesn't matter for how many years we've been studying it. It's student life always. And so at the Brahmakumaris there are no teachers. Each one is a student. Even the administrative head today, Dadi Janki, she is I think 95 or 96 years old. She sits every morning to study what we're learning from the Supreme Father. So one teacher, the Supreme Teacher, and everyone's a student. No follower.
So
Students.
he is the guru, he is the teacher, he is the father, he is the friend, he is the mother, everything under one roof.
Absolutely. And we're all his children and his students, studying every day, applying it, and then working on it. And there's a beautiful system as to how we could integrate this into the whole day. Always begin the day with meditation. Because when the mind is absolutely silent, because meditation means we're creating a new way of thinking. Normal, ordinary thinking is of a particular type, but then we are consciously creating a different way of thinking. So the easiest way to do it is early in the morning, when that ordinary thinking hasn't really begun at a very good speed. So first thing in the morning, early morning, and before we do anything else. So it's like just you wake up, freshen up, and you're sitting there. Important, choose a different place, and it's nice to have one place in the house. One place and one time. The mind and the brain and the body starts cooperating. These are very simple
And
things.
also there's a discipline.
Discipline, absolutely. Because if it's like, I'll do meditation whenever I have time. A lot of us will say, whenever I have time, I'll meditate. It doesn't really seem to fit on the priority list. And very often, when we need it the most, we're not doing it. On days when there are challenges, there's a lot of work, there is targets to meet, and difficult situations sometimes, we feel we don't have time to meditate. But actually, those are the days when we have to do it. We just can't skip it on that day. So discipline, yes, because it'll be there on our timetable, but also a place. It's good to get up from the bedroom and go somewhere else, because the place where we sleep always has vibrations of sleep. So the mind and the body tends to fall off to sleep in that vibration, because meditation and sleep both bring the mind to a very calm and relaxed state. So sometimes the brain is not able to differentiate between the two. So if the mind slows down and becomes not alert, big chances of falling off to sleep. And a lot of people fall off to sleep while meditating. So it's good to get up from that room.
And laziness can creep, and you feel lazy too.
Absolutely. And sometimes we won't even be aware that we were sleeping. And then we can get up after 15-20 minutes and just say it was a very peaceful experience. But actually we were sleeping, which is fine, but it was fine for sleeping. But we didn't do what we were meant to do, and which was charging ourselves and creating a new way of thinking. So early morning hours, meditation, and then immediately after that, the study. Because now we've silenced the mind, planted new seeds in the subconscious, and it's like the blotting paper is absolutely ready to absorb completely whatever we put in now. Whatever will go in now will just go deep inside. It's like, like we would prepare the land to sow the seeds. So then daily study immediately after that. That's about it. First 45 minutes to hour of the day. Remaining 23 hours, business, work, family. But then those are the hours to apply what was done in the morning. So then conscious attention, checking, awareness, what's going on inside, a minute pause after every hour or 2 hours, everything okay, no blockage, no conflict, smooth flowing traffic of thoughts. And in the evening, just before going to sleep, it's very important to review how the day's been. Very important, because I have to see whether I was applying it the right way and whether I was getting the results of the application of the knowledge.
Also the incidents, what happened and how I reacted.
Important.
Or I could react better next time.
Perfect. Respond better next time. Yes. So, like a lot of people write diaries, but what will happen when we write diaries is we write about the situation. So and so thing happened.
Like writing a story.
Yeah.
Of some other person.
Yeah, and mostly the story is to do with other people, situations.
He did this to me, he said that to me. And
And how we felt at that time. So let's say in the morning, if you shouted at me and I felt hurt, then I'm going to feel hurt in the night again while writing it. Because I create the whole story all over again, and along with the story I also create the emotion all over again. So actually I got hurt twice, once in the morning and once in the night while reviewing it. So another way of writing the diary is write it all over again, keep the story very short, actually really, really short, just one line of what happened, and focus on the way we responded. And if the way we did it was not very right, so instead of that, let's write down what could have been another way of responding. This is then preparation for the next day. It's not just regret and reviewing.
Not only preparation, improvement.
You prepared, because the next day again situations will come. But now, instead of being hurt in the morning and in the morning I got hurt, but in the night I'm consciously seeing myself remain stable in that response. So my mind, the screen of my mind, is visualizing what could have been a better response. So I am putting in something else which will pop out on the screen tomorrow when a similar situation arises.
Does not that this kind of a reviewing lead to guilt sometimes? I wish I hadn't done that. I wish I hadn't spoken to my son like this. I wish I hadn't spoken to my boss like this or my daughter like this. I'm so and so. I'm such a bad person. When will I improve? How can I improve? Why am I in this pain? Why am I not getting out of this?
That's what we saw earlier. We're not going to think about what we don't have to do or what we shouldn't have done, but we're going to think about what we have to do. The very clear communication to the mind. I don't have to get angry. I shouldn't have got angry. Instead of that, I can do it this way.
So I made a mistake.
It's over. You don't need to give more than 10 seconds to that. It's a waste of time and energy.
So people will ask you, how will I learn with my past mistakes if I do not
It's
think
just
over
that,
it?
let's say there's something in my hand right now and I dropped it here.
It's broken.
It's broken. Okay? Now it's broken. So something happened this morning, a conflict, whatever. It's broken. It's over. It's past. Now one is sit in the night and, oh, I dropped it. How did I drop it? Shouldn't have I held it better? How come that I am not able to do
clumsy.
it? Yeah.
I don't know what's happening to me these days.
Yeah.
I keep dropping things. My nerves have gone weak. I should go to a doctor. Then it can, for this kind of a writing and also reviewing the whole day, supposing somebody goes in this direction, then what do you do?
Then what we're doing is just making ourselves weaker. Because in the morning I dropped it means I was weak. When I made a mistake, it was a weakness. And by doing this, inflicting anger or guilt onto myself, I'm just making myself weaker. And the other option is, I dropped it this morning, but the next time I'm going to be holding it really, really nice. Full stop. And visualize myself holding it well. That's it.
So
I'm preparing for the next situation.
So morning meditation and evening review,
Yes.
and that makes a good habit.
Review is very, very useful. Without review, sometimes we could be for years meditating and studying knowledge and not really knowing where we are heading.
Mm-hmm.
Because we're not checking ourselves. It's like, why do you need to check the work that children do in school. Because unless you check, you don't know where they're heading. And if you don't know where they're heading, you wouldn't know which direction to take.
That's what class tests are.
Exactly.
Test from the class teacher says, okay,
yes,
so after 15 days, I'll take a test for this subject. Let us see, what have you learned?
Right. So now our tests are not in the night. Our tests are during the day. We study in the morning.
Answer sheet.
Yeah, answer sheet is in
and
the
the
night.
marks are in the night.
Yeah, most important. And when we see our mark sheet, it's only, okay, fine, today I didn't do very well, but tomorrow, another day, another way of thinking, and another way of responding.
Isn't this also a kind of taking yourself into a comfort zone? Okay, I've done it. Tomorrow I'll improve. Or isn't this can also lead to laziness? This can also be saying, okay, postponing things.
Yeah, because like you said, two options. One is create guilt, and the other option is also carelessness.
And postpone it.
Postponing, because one is like, oh, why did I do it? How did I do it? And the other one could be, okay, it's okay, it happened. I'm working on myself. It will happen in some time. That's carelessness. So both of these could make us into a comfort zone where we would not come out from. But the other option is proactive response. I did it and I'm changing this tomorrow.
Comfort zone.
Yeah.
I have something to read.
Sure.
I'll share this with you. A little homework I've been doing. We all create our own comfort zones at various levels. The externally created ones, like the perfectly organized desk, or the immaculately tidy room, or the order and the method you follow to cook, clean the vessels, or whatever, are not difficult to see and break out of. It's the internal comfort zone that we build. It's the internal comfort zones that we build and then use to limit ourselves that are not so easy to see and dismantle.
Beautiful. In fact, I was just thinking while you were reading that even the external comfort zones, sometimes we're not even aware that these are comfort zones. We just feel this is the way things are supposed to be. This is me.
I do this.
Yeah.
I am like this. I like cleanliness. I like being tidy. I want my desk like this.
No, there's nothing wrong in liking cleanliness. There's nothing wrong in wanting my desk to be tidy. But comfort zone means I'm comfortable only in that way. And if anything happens a little different way, then I'm not comfortable. That's why we'll say comfort zone.
Cannot adjust.
Yeah. You're not, a comfort zone is like, this is their comfort zone. Which
even
means,
you can call it an anger.
Yeah.
I get angry, get my thing done, I'm comfortable.
Comfortable, that's it. So I'm comfortable using anger to get my work done because I can't see any other way to get it done. And any other way is very difficult for me. This seems to be an easier way because many times when we share with people, everything can happen with love and understanding. They say it's so much effort. You explain it to them 5 times and 10 times and you talk to them sweetly and then people will take you for granted and then you again try and they'll keep on testing your patience. This is difficult. It's so easier to just shout once and make it happen. So that is their comfort zone. So that's why it's very beautiful that one is our external comfort zones, which itself we are not aware, but look at this subtle thing of our internal comfort zones. And unless we go beyond our internal comfort zones, we're really not going to be able to experience that bliss that we're looking for because we will be within that bounded thing. And that's why out there...
You've got to break the barrier of your...
Absolutely. And go into the unlimited way of thinking.
From limited to unlimited.
Unlimited way of thinking. Otherwise, there could be so much and we're not even aware. We're not using our potential. We're not using our qualities. We're not using our strengths. Like you said, anger. If I create anger and live in that comfort zone, I'm not using my quality of love and peace. So I have it and I'm not using it only because I'm comfortable there, just because of certain conditioning that happened in the past, maybe. Like there was this very sweet story they will share regarding comfort zone. If you take a fish tank, there's a lot of fish in the tank, those little ones, and there's this little boy who puts in the food for the fish every day. And the fish is very used to it, that the boy will come and put the food and that's what they're going to get. And then he slides in a transparent glass sheet into that box. Now, it comes in halfway in the box, that transparent glass sheet. It can't be seen, right? So now what he does is, the fish is on one side of the glass sheet and he puts the food on the other side of the glass sheet. Okay? So the fish can see the food. But every time it tries to go towards the food, it hits the glass sheet. Now this goes on for some time, or for a day or 2 or 3 days. And after that, he removes the glass sheet, but the fish doesn't go there. Past experience. Past experience is that when I did this once, and I did this twice, and I did this thrice, I got hurt. Now no more trying.
You see the huge elephant, sister?
Yes.
What happens to it when it is a child?
Absolutely.
They use a solid chain, solid strong iron chain with a huge solid tree.
Right.
Otherwise he'll break the tree.
Right.
If the chain is strong and not the tree.
Yeah.
And slowly when it grows old, finally you can tie it with a small little thread.
Very important. Only because it tried that time. But that time the capacity was different. Size was different. Age was different. Situations were different. But we tried that time. We got hurt. We were in pain. We failed. And so, no more trying again.
You don't fail.
Yes.
You fail when you stop trying.
Yes. But that past experience, let's say I tried something and I didn't get what I wanted. I say, okay, fine. I'm never going to do this again. I can't do this. 5 years, 10 years later also, I'm going to say, I can't do it. Don't tell me to do this. Comfort zone. And because of which, we're not able to explore and experience so much, just because now we are no more ready to move out of that comfort zone. So it's important to break free and go beyond these comfort zones. And if we just see what are the few factors because of which we create our comfort zones, the biggest one is the image that we created about ourselves right from the time when we were a child. The self-image. It's very, 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 very deep and very powerful comfort zone.
That image we create ourselves, about ourselves, is that because my parents say some things to me?
Lots.
He is a lazy boy. Look at the other one.
Yeah.
We just tell him and he runs.
Right.
This fellow will never work. Ekdam lazy hai.
Right.
He likes to eat and sleep. He won't move out of the room.
True. So parents.
They give him a label.
Yeah. Teachers, siblings, friends. Because that is the age
But,
when...
sorry to disturb. But aren't there people who are born lazy?
Even then, we could have changed it.
No, but we cannot blame only the parents, teachers and siblings and the school and the world for somebody to be somebody.
It is, even if I have a sanskar, there is a way of changing it.
Then again is the duty of parents.
Very important. But if we label them and we give them that energy and that sentence continuously, they use that energy to create an image of themselves. It's like everything that people around me, when I'm this much, are thinking and speaking about me is the colors that I use to create a painting of myself. That's my self-image. I really don't use too much of my creativity because I don't know myself. I know myself only through the eyes of what everybody else is saying. But this can be so critical. Let's say my father is a very hot-tempered person. So how's he going to talk to me? What's he going to say about me? He is not in the right stable state of mind. So even a small mistake, his reaction is going to be very, very
10
big.
times, 100 times.
And I'm going to use that reaction to paint a picture of myself. You see, if another parent who's very stable and calm and I make a mistake and the parent will say, it's okay, you can do it again, get up, move, I paint another picture. But if my parent is very critical, very aggressive, the parent's going to say, no good, useless, don't even try again, you are just ruining everything around you. Another picture. It's a two different pictures. Just depends on what I got from people around me when I was a child. But that's okay. It's past. It's past. But we have created these self-images, and sometimes we're not even aware that today what we are thinking and how we are feeling is only coming through that picture. See, now we don't create that picture too much. The picture is really created. We don't change that picture too much unless we consciously work on it. So picture gets created at that age, in which people around us play a very important role. And the rest of the life after that, we use that picture to create our thoughts and feelings.
We use that picture to create our thoughts.
Let's say somebody says, you're too slow. You just take too long to do everything. You're always late. Picture. Now I create that image, and now whatever I do, I will always create a thought, I'm not too sure whether I'll finish on time. I always seem to take so long, and that's why people always finish before me, and that's why I never succeed in what I'm going to do. That image is my source of thinking.
But that image came because he really or she really must be doing that, no, slowly.
That's what we said, but we
Then
could have encouraged them.
Who will encourage?
The
Apart
people
from
around.
parents.
Yeah.
Only parents can do.
Parents.
These days even parents don't have time. Everybody's going for work.
Yeah.
Mother works, father works. Nobody's interested in school. Teacher says, why are you so slow? What's wrong?
So important is not now what happened that time. Of course, it's important for parents for helping their children to prepare the image now. It's important they can take care what image the child is going to prepare. But for the rest of us, important is now I'm going to move out of the comfort zone of that self-image. So meditation means looking at that self-image and then really ripping it apart because it's not true. It's not true. And exploring that I, the unlimited source of purity, love, power, this is who I am. This little picture drawn with limited colors of the limited thinking of people around me is not me.
You know
This is
how
not
I
me.
did for myself?
Yeah.
From childhood, my parents used to be very proud of my anger and discipline and shouting at people and getting things done. So, anyway, that helped me a lot in becoming what I was, and a lot of my things also got done, but result was not very good. I hurt many people in life. So I started telling myself a new word, a new title every day. Once, I am a royal soul, son of a royal father, and I have to behave like him. No more of that comfort zone of getting angry with people, because it always ended hurting the other party and feeling guilty later and hurting myself.
True.
Once a royal soul, once I am a powerful soul, a strong soul, a lovable soul, and I have to give love.
Right.
My father gives love to everybody.
Right.
So, every day I used to keep this kind of a homework for myself.
This is meditation. Meditation, slightly fading away the earlier image and exploring and experiencing the reality. And we can do that for anything that's drawn on the image. It just doesn't matter how dark it was and how much people confirmed that that is who we are. That is not who we are. That is who we are through the perception of other people. And even if that is who we were that time, acquired, but that is not originally which any soul is. Every soul originally is beautiful. Lot of acquired sanskars, and a lot of people around us only focused on our acquired sanskars. And if we don't take care now, a lot of people around us will keep on confirming that previous old self-image and say, yes, you are an angry person, you only keep shouting. So the image just keeps getting darker and darker, and meditation helps us to just delete, fade it away. Everything said and done and everything I thought about myself in the past is not true. So it helps us by experiencing, creating new way of thinking. And this is a very, very beautiful one. If you just take one of this every day and then watch yourself in action, a royal soul is the one which is not dependent on anyone. When we thought royal soul, it always meant royalty outside. in the way we sit and the way we talk and the way we walk. But royal soul means who's not dependent and not begging anyone for happiness and love. Royal, who has everything inside, very, very rich in values and qualities. So it's a beautiful line to take up for the whole day.
And what about meditation on this royal soul
sure.
and changing on your comfort zone?
Definitely. Let's sit back and look at the screen of the mind. A lot of people, when I was young, have said a lot about me. They were all right in their own way. They were doing it for my good. But I created a limited image of myself. An image which was largely negative. And now, it's time to delete. It's the past, it's over. I will not live the rest of my life using that image as the source of my thoughts. Whatever they said, how much ever everybody confirmed it, it was only an acquired sanskar. I, the soul, am a royal soul. Royalty in my every thought and feeling. Royalty in my every word and action. Let me look at myself, a royal soul at work today, a royal soul at home with family and friends. How would my every thought and feeling be? Royalty, wealth, complete, unlimited, abundance, everything to share and give to others. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti, sister.
Thank you.
Om Shanti, royal souls.